As we grow older, staying active and maintaining mobility becomes quite essential to preserving independence, confidence, and overall quality of life itself. And with May, of course, being a very special month dedicated to raising the awareness about senior health, culmination, and the National Senior Health, of course, and the Fitness Day, which is on May 27. It is actually the perfect time to highlight the vital role that the physical therapy actually gets to play in helping the elder adults stay strong, well-balanced, as well as healthy. Now, to shed more light on this very important topic itself, we are actually very delighted and very pleased to welcome very special guest for today who will actually be sharing quite valuable insights on how older adults can actually get to age quite actively and maintain their independence through proper movement as well as care. Please welcome our very special guest for the day, Dr. Abeer Altajalli, the head of the Physical Therapy Department in Ibn Sina's Hospital and the General Secretary for Kuwait, the Physical Therapy Association itself. Dr. Abeer, thank you so much for being here today with us, of course.
Sure, it's my pleasure.
Now, good morning to you, of course, first of all.
Morning.
And of course, as people get to age, Dr. Abeer, we all know that mobility and balance itself often becomes quite major concerns as people start to get older. And what are actual most common physical challenges that the seniors get to face mostly as they grow older?
Yes, of course, people when they are getting older, there are some natural or physiological process that's going on that they should be aware of. Now, one of the major things that affects mobility that they start kind of losing the muscle mass itself by getting older. By the age of 50 plus, it starts to decline. So that's why you have to prepare yourself for this kind of category. That's the stage of your life. This stage actually can get worse because really for the male and the females, they think about retirement. So they will be less active than before. At least they had a daily routine in which they have to walk around, they have to get out of the house. With retirements, you will stay longer at house or maybe in sitting position. So we have to prepare ourselves. It doesn't mean that we are retired, that we retire from
life stops,
life.
Basically.
Yes, we should involve ourselves and have another plan after retirement, not just to stay at home.
Absolutely. I think that's, Doctor, like what you said, you explained it very quite perfectly, that the moment someone retires in this generation, especially like for us in the Gulf region, people tend to stop.
Relax more.
Relax more, probably, but actually we don't realize how the amount of effect of the physical work actually can do in order to help us, not even just physically, but mentally to get us in a good shape. So I feel like in order to basically put words out to people after retirement, what would you like to basically tell them?
Prepare a plan, I think. Yeah, you should prepare a plan. What you're going to do when you took the decision to retire at this certain age, of course. Some people, they like to work longer. Of course, you have the choice. But if you want to retire early, do you have special circumstances? This is a different story. But if you don't have a plan after retirement, doing something that you love, probably not related to your profession or your work, something else. So prepare a plan so you'll stay active on daily basis. You have to have a plan after retirement, not just I'm going to stay home. Okay, you have the right to relax and rest, but afterwards, the rest of your life, what you're going to do. So always prepare a plan in which you have to maintain the activity of your daily life style. It will be like a style. If you never went to the gym before, why not starting now? If you never tried a new thing, this is really a broad question.
A set of hobby that can actually help you do actual physical work.
Yes, it will help you also mentally. We always have to ask ourselves, when was the last time I tried something new? New experience.
Absolutely. That does make a lot of sense, even to the younger generations. To be honest, Dr. Abeer, we all know that there are such conditions like, arthritis, the osteoporosis, or joint pain that actually can be caused by many different factors, which actually becomes increasingly more through time and through age. So how can we actually, how does the physical therapy get to help in that?
Yes, of course. When we assess the patient, we have to know these conditions.
Yeah.
There are more factors that people will be more prone to having arthritis or osteoporosis. Like women are more susceptible to having osteoarthritis because of hormonal factor, of course, after menopause. So they should be taking supplements for calcium and doing more exercises. Now, if we're talking about the exercise-wise, I can prevent joint pain, arthritis, osteoporosis from, because the danger of osteoporosis, which is thinning of the bones itself, it can lead to fractures or broken bones.
Yeah.
So I have to do a lot of what we call it weight-bearing kind of exercises in which you have to load the bones.
Yeah.
And it simply can be done just by walking activities. If you walk on a daily basis, you can prevent that.
Yeah.
And if you have a pain, you shouldn't live with pain. You should assess why do you have the pain. Some people say because I'm older, it's okay to have pain. No, it's never okay to have pain.
Yeah.
So you should seek help, do all the procedures, the medical procedures, see a doctor, and see why do you have the pain.
Yeah.
In order for you to treat it, we have to know the origin of the pain.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not connected. If you are aging, that means it's normal to have pain. It's not normal.
Yeah, like you said, doctor, also at the same time, I feel like a lot of people can basically divert themselves. Instead of getting physical therapy help, they would actually tend to get a lot of like themselves into procedures that are not kind of going to be helpful.
Yeah.
You know, the moment they turn into a very specific age, it is time to get procedures done. It is time to start worrying more. It is definitely
body image.
important.
They think about body image. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But the thing is that people rarely get to understand that, you know, it actually shows over time the amount of care that you put within your own body. So it kind of shows over time, not because you grow older or because we think that time is pretty much limited. It is, but actually at the same time, it all stands about taking care of yourself, your health, your psychological matter. So it's very important. But doctor, as we explained earlier about the arthritis, the osteoporosis, but we have a lot of other major issues which a lot of other elders get to face, which is a lot of, let's say they tend to fall mostly. They tend to trip or slip in many of the cases. So what are the most common physical challenges that the seniors actually get to face, or how do we actually get to balance that or to help them not to escalate these problems, but to prevent them?
Yes, true. Of course, this is a normal, again, process. By aging, probably your eyesight will decline. Your hearing might be declined. They are all contributing to your walking and activities of daily living. That's why you are more susceptible to having falls. As we said, the fall, when somebody who's old falls down, it's different from a younger one because you have more chance to develop injuries, which are long-term injuries, and some of them needs hospitalization. So we need to do some adjustments. First, you have to check your whole body, check your eyesight. If you need glasses, you need to change them. You have to do that. If you have a hearing problem, because hearing does contribute to balance, because it interferes with your vestibular system. So if you have a problem in the vestibular system, it might lead to fall. So you need to check your ears, you need to check your eyesight. This is for one. Another thing I would recommend is the home modification. Now, some environments, they are more prone to having the falls. If you don't have enough lighting, if you have a lot of small furnitures or rugs, you can easily get tripped. If you have a lot of stairs which are not very healthy, you need to do some home modification, change the environment a little bit, make it more safer, I think, for the older. And the most important part, which is actually the bathroom. Most of the falls happens in the bathroom. That's true. And most of the injuries happen in the bathroom.
Even for the younger ones.
Yes. So we should, it should never be slippery. Water should always be dry. And if you are having a bathtub, you should have like specific aids, like handles or something to help grab it when you're getting in and out. Most of the injuries happen in this area, in the bathroom. Sometimes outside, but in the bathroom, I think we can control it.
That's true.
Yes,
everything is controllable. You know, anything else outside of the control, that's something, of course, else. Now, what are the simple exercises, or basically the daily habits that seniors can actually incorporate into their daily routine to stay more active, more flexible, and be able to enjoy, let's say, life or stay healthy.
If I told you what is the first exercise would come to your mind?
Just walking, basically.
Yes, walking, but on daily basis.
Yeah.
This is the thing. We need at least half an hour, 30 minutes, but if you can build it up to 1 hour a day, this is a real bonus, actually.
1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour. You can divide it. You can walk half an hour, then another half an hour in the morning, in the evening, and I think you have a lot of spaces. If you cannot walk outdoors, you can walk indoors, no problem. If you have a treadmill, why not? Use it, use the proper shoes, because this is the cheapest exercise, actually.
It's
you
actually
only need
for
to
free.
walk. Yes, it's for free, yeah. And it's safe, actually. And I would prefer to walk just in a normal ground, not the treadmill, but if you don't have a choice, okay, use the treadmill with a kind of normal pace, not more than 4.2 for the speed. This is like a normal plague, and of course other exercises I would do. I would recommend the squatting. This is a very good exercise, actually, but don't go beyond 90 degrees of bending your knees, because it will hurt the joints and the knees. So don't build something and hurt. Yeah, don't overdo it. And swimming, actually, or just walking under the water if you don't know how to swim. Just walk under the water. It's a exercise. It's a fabulous exercise.
Absolutely.
And it's much better, actually, if you compare it. But if you don't have the swimming pool or you cannot go to a place, just walk on a daily basis and do simple kind of exercises. Yeah, just playing around with your grandchildren or your children. This is kind of exercise, physical exercise. Actually, not gaming and these kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, Dr. Abeer. Also, not to mention walking on the beach. Yes, it's actually very good for the joints.
I don't want to be hard on them, because you know the sun is not really having mercy on us. Yeah, nighttime. But walking actually barefooted on the sun, on the sand, really, it takes, especially those who have diabetes, make sure it's, of course, a clean beach, but really it helps exercising your inner soul, and also for the sensation. It helps also motivate the sensation. If you have a problem in sensation, those people with diabetes, they suffer from that. So it's a great kind of exercise, a great workout, I would say, and it needs more effort, actually. If you can walk on a normal ground for an hour, probably on a beach you will walk less, but you will have more, actually, workouts compared to
that is true.
Sure.
Thank you so much for putting that out, Dr. Abeer. Now, of course, on the occasion of the Senior Health and the Fitness Day, what message would you actually like to convey to the people or the seniors and the families about the importance of staying active, of course, like we've said, staying healthy during this time? Now, of course, as we know, we're actually very close to Eid, so we got a lot of people out there who actually might need the motivation for it.
Sure. See, I just want to correct one information. The 27th of May, it's actually the Senior Health and Fitness Day in the United States. The world or the global international geriatric or older persons day is the 1st of October, actually, this year. So this this is celebrated mostly and came up in the US, actually, in which it's fine. We are celebrating it, we are embracing it. I don't mind.
With the flow, I guess.
Yes, but the international, actually, or the World Day for Geriatrics or older adults is the 1st of October. Now, if I want to leave a message for those people, I would say that the best investment in life is investing your health. So start early, don't wait. It's never too late. If you say, I'm old now, I cannot start, no, it's never too late. So always invest in your life, invest in your health. You will never lose in this investment. Of course, you will gain from it. So start as early as possible. Whenever it comes to your mind, even if you were in late 50s, in your 60s, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've seen some seniors actually, it started actually in their 60s, and they have championships now. And they are winners. Even they achieved something that the younger generation couldn't achieve. So this should be a motivation enough. It's never too late. Invest in your life and stay healthy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abeer Altajalli. Of course, you have taught us so much, and I have learned, actually, and it's quite an inspiration to hear all about the stories that you've told us for today. Thank you so much for being here today with us. Of course, Dr. Abeer Altajalli, the head of the Physical Therapy Department and in Ibn Sina's Hospital and the General Secretary of Kuwait's Physical Therapy Association. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned and we'll be right back.